Okay, well, welcome to our fitness event tonight. We have some major fitness enthusiasts on the line tonight. And, I was just telling them this really is an event to inspire me. Okay, so hopefully it will inspire you also. One of them is Michelle Fletcher, my good friend, who always tells me I need to strength train. Okay, but I'd much rather play racquetball. So I'm hoping to get inspired myself. I'm hoping you guys get inspired. We're part of the Juice Plus community where we are health conscious, like-minded people who are just looking to make changes, simple changes over time to learn more, to better ourselves, better our families, better future generations and all that good stuff. I want to share with you before we get started because they might refer to it. Juice Plus is our micronutrients. Just want to make sure I share what those are. Those are 30 different fruits and vegetables in capsule form or yummy chewables. Lots of research behind them. Okay, these are my favorite, the Vineyard, my second favorite, I guess. And then there's the veggies. That's why I take the capsules. But so that I don't have to eat the veggies. I'm just like everybody else, but I love these as a snack. Anyway, but these are things that help us to fuel for micronutrition. It provides your vitamins, your minerals, your enzymes from raw fruits and vegetables, a variety. Hopefully you guys have already heard about that. And then we have our macronutrition line, which is our Juice Plus Complete. Comes in the big bags or the little ones, little packets, and vanilla and chocolate. And then when I do play racquetball, which I play for like 2 or 3 hours, I like to go home with one of these, okay? Or I have a little packet of shake on my way home because the lady at the gym will do for $2, add fruit and almond milk to my smoothie. And I'm like, why not? So these are just tools that I use for working out for myself. And we're going to be talking to our panelists tonight, and they're a little, they're a little nervous, a little ready, but they live it. So I keep telling them, don't worry, you live it. That's why I picked you to interview you. So we're going to start with, let me show my screen here. We're going to start with Bessy. And you guys are going to be amazed by Bessy. And here, oops, that's Alyssa. Okay, you'll be amazed by Alyssa too, but this is Bessy. I was amazed when I saw this picture of Bessy. And I had already seen the one in the hallway, and I see different things on Facebook where she's just kind of a fun-loving, crazy girl, okay? Well, she's also a fitness instructor, an athletic trainer, and a mom, and she likes challenges. So we're going to talk to her about that. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and we're going to go to Bessy. Bessy, so say something so I could see you on the screen. Well, hopefully she's unmuted. Let's see. Where's Bessy? There she is. Oh, she's got to unmute. Okay, I'll unmute you. I'll try. Okay. I'm not that fast. Unmute. There we go. Hi, Bessy.
Hello.
Okay, let's see if she shows up real big. There we go. Okay, so Bessy, tell us in very brief words, because we're going to get to all of you guys, just what your background is or how you started being so excited about fitness, and let's move from there.
All right. So basically my background, I came from I have mostly a fitness background, and in high school, I was a competitive swimmer, and basically I didn't realize how much I liked having a structure and challenges until I didn't. So I got to college and I became a gym rat, and then I started taking group exercise classes, and I absolutely loved it. So I decided that, I decided that I wanted to become certified. So I became certified as a primary group exercise and AFA and kickboxing, and I took all kinds of workshops in Pilates and yoga, and I have resistable certifications and all that stuff. So that's where my background comes from.
Okay, and you were a swimmer, and now we see you. What are your favorite things to do? I know that you like to challenge yourself, and you're actually doing multiple things. So tell us about that.
Yeah. So the past couple of years, I began running. I decided a half marathon would be just a fun first race to try. So I was challenged myself with that. Like who picks a half marathon for their first road race? But
Not me.
So I did. And I started training for it, and I realized I love running. So I continued to run, and I just completed my first full marathon. And basically, I just like opened this up where I'm just like, even though I'm getting older, I'm like, what else can I keep doing? What other challenges? I don't want to see, I want to kind of push the limits and see what can happen. So on a weekly basis, I run, I strength train, I swim, bike, yoga. I mean, they don't all happen every day, but it's some sort of mix in those 4 to 6 days a week.
Well, what is driving all that for you?
Like I said, it's just kind of like pushing those limits. Like I want to just see what I can do, because I feel like I haven't, it's like 10 years ago, I couldn't run 2 or 3 miles, even though I was teaching all kinds of group exercise classes. Running was a different mode. So I'm just exploring all these different modes of exercise and trying to just test my body out. Let's see what it can do. Even though it's getting older, it's still performing,
Okay. Does anybody else want to test their body out? So what time do you go exercise?
I'm kind of like, after I finish marathon training, I'm trying to find my groove back. But I used to be like early morning in the summer when it's warm and it's, light out. I love to go early morning. You do it before your brain even realizes what's happening. And then you're done, and you don't have to think about it. Oh, when am I going to fit this in? Am I getting tired? Or something came up, So I think that early morning is my favorite. But if I can't get it in, I just squeeze it in any other time.
That's awesome. So what would be your advice to someone who wants to just start something, some kind of movement? What would you say to them?
I would say find something that you like doing that you're going to be consistent with, because I think consistency is that magic pill that everybody wants. It's just being consistent. So, maybe you'll pick something and you'll evolve into loving it, but I would just find something you're interested in, set a small goal, or just something that you'll keep doing, because that's the key.
So even if it's just walking,
yeah,
night after dinner.
Mm-hmm. Have somebody to go with you. Yeah.
You think that leads to something else?
Yeah. I mean, could walk, you might enter, maybe you say, I'm going to walk a 5K race, or, something like that. Just set a small goal. I think that sometimes having that deadline and a goal is it makes it exciting. It keeps you going.
Yeah. You like to enter all those different races and things. Okay. Well, tell me how you fuel your body throughout the day. What would your advice be for people who do exercise, as far as fuel, and what do you bring with you in baggies? These are the things I want to know.
Yes. I do a lot of plant-based fuel, just because I found that I feel best if I just kind of eliminate a lot of, meats and too much poultry and things like that. That just works for me. So typically in the morning, I do a plant-based protein shake, like the Juice Plus Complete, which Sharon shared before. So I do a shake like that, and I empty all my Juice Plus capsules in it too, just because I get it all at once. It's awesome. And if I don't do that, if I just happen to not have any, or it's just too cold or something like that, I'll do eggs or oatmeal or something like that for breakfast. And lunch is an assortment, maybe salads or, some plant-based burritos, tacos, wraps, things like that. But in baggies, I'm always taking like fruit and nut bars, like the complete bars or kind bars, dried fruits, nuts, and then like portable fruit, like a banana. I eat so many bananas, or like little oranges. They all have their own packaging, so they're easy to transport. Just pop them in the car.
Wonderful. That's great. And how do you involve your kids in fitness? That'll be your last question.
All right. So my kids like know nothing else, because I've been teaching baby boot camp classes since like before they even can remember. They were just in the stroller. They were hanging out, seeing me do, teach classes. And our basement half of our basement is completely filled with exercise equipment. So they know if they can't find me upstairs when they wake up, they come down. And then sometimes they'll just join in and jump on the balls, or find some way to work the spin bike or something. And then they've come to see me at races, and they've actually had an interest in doing them themselves. So, I don't push anybody, but they they wanted to do the kids races. So
you living it and being the role model, they're out there. So
yeah,
they just kind of join in.
they do. They think it's a blast.
Okay, and I lied. I remembered one thing I talked to you about, because Michelle Fletcher is always on to me about strength training.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So can you go ahead and tell us how you feel about strength training and lack thereof, so I can be convicted?
So strength training is so important. I know sometimes it just seems monotonous or it's not that exciting or whatever, but strength training, building a good base of muscle, prevents injury as we get older. Every decade that you don't strength train, you lose quite a bit of muscle. So that means your metabolism is going down and you're just gonna, yeah.
I know.
You're gonna stay strong and healthy.
Michelle's always right? I should strength train. How many days a week do you strength train if you're somebody like me?
Start with anything. 1 to 2 is great. It doesn't have to be 6 days a week strength training. 1 to 2 would definitely make a big difference.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Bessy from Connecticut. We appreciate you.
You're welcome.
And we're going to move to Michelle Fletcher because Alyssa has a child issue right now. So we're going to move to Michelle. Oh, goodness. And this is her picture. Nope, that's Bessy. There's Michelle, and she's our fun fitness enthusiast. So you can check out all the fun pictures. And so, Michelle, tell us about these pictures. I'll leave it up for a minute, and you could just tell us, how you feel about fitness.
So I am like a wide open, I'm just open to trying anything pretty much. And so you see some of the things that I've tried here. And a lot of times I try something and I like it, so I stick with it. So here this summer, you see me in an orange shirt on these Kangol boots. I don't know if everyone's heard of these, but they're these boots that you run in or exercise in, and they cause you to have less shock to your joints. Even people that may have stiffness or soreness in knees or hips, they're able to now run again because it's absorbing a lot of the shock. And at the same time, it's really working your core because you're balancing on it. So that was a lot of fun for me to try. I went to visit a cousin in Maryland and she was doing it. And then she had an instructor that had extra boots and we went running for 2 miles and it was so much fun. And you burn a lot of calories, even though you don't feel like it. You don't feel like you're working as hard, but you really are. So that was a lot of fun to try. And then also this summer, I did paddle boarding for the first time with Sharon and Sandy, who's on here. And that was so much fun too. Oh my gosh, we had a blast. That also was a huge core workout. You have to really be balanced and have a strong core to stay on that board because there's boats going by and the waves are going and just staying balanced on top of that. But the overall experience, I loved it. And then yoga is something that I started doing. You see me there with my daughter. She's also a fitness enthusiast. Yoga is something I started doing when I became pregnant. What was that? 9 years ago. So I worked at a corporate job and they actually had a yoga instructor at lunch. So I used to do yoga throughout my entire pregnancy. And I knew I needed it because I do preach to Sharon about strength training. And that's something I've always done since college. That was my stress relief. And so I knew I needed to stretch my muscles and make them more limber because I was kind of tight. So I have loved yoga ever since. And it's just a more relaxing type of exercise and workout. And then you see I run also. So I haven't done a marathon. I haven't even done a half marathon, but I have run many a 5K. So that's my comfort zone, but I'm trying to move past that and maybe run a 10K very soon. And so, yeah, those are just some of the things I've tried and I love all of them.
Okay. And what about your kids? Has this rubbed off on them?
Definitely has. So in high school, I played soccer and I continued to play throughout college. And in college, that's where I really learned how to strength train. I had all these different personal trainers, went to a great university that offered that for free. And so that was my stress relief. That was how I relieved stress before tests and after tests. working out was just my thing. And so I continued that even after college. And now I have two kids that they are very physically active. We are on the football or the soccer field pretty much like 5 or 6 days a week. They play soccer. My son and daughter both played flag football. That just ended last week. This week starts soccer. My daughter plays recreational soccer and travel soccer. And my son has played t-ball. They've done swimming. They just do just about it. Oh, they've even done a running series, which was like this 5-week series where they ran over time. And they even won. So they've just been very athletic most of their lives. And they're only 6 and 8.
That's awesome. And what do you do to fuel their bodies and also yours? And what's in your baggies?
Oh, my baggies. Let me tell you what I always have on me. Usually I always have an apple. I always have some type of nuts, probably almonds or cashews. I usually always have a bar on me. So whether it's the complete bars, I love the chocolate, which is my favorite, but the tart honey cherry is also good. Or if I have a Lara bar, I always usually have that type of snack on me on the go. So I have a protein, or I might have a fruit, or sometimes I throw like carrots in a bag and I'm snacking on carrots, but I'm a girl that likes to snack. So I always have something good with me.
And what has driven your passion for fitness? Because you were on the track to become a personal trainer because people wanted to be trained by you, right?
Yes. Well, yeah, it's funny. When I was working in the corporate field, I used to go straight to the gym after work. And I think everyone started to pick up that I used to go work out right after work. And so I had several people that would follow me, and I helped train many of friends. I helped one friend lose like 60 pounds, taught her the machines, the proper form, even researched like the amount of cardio she would need. I don't know. I've been pretty obsessed with that side of like health. And so, yeah, I've helped a lot of people work out, and everyone always would say, you should be a personal trainer. Like, you're always here, you're always helping people. And so I was actually studying to become a personal trainer, but then my path crossed with Sharon, and I learned a lot about nutrition and fueling my body. And I thought that was a lot more important because I wasn't fueling the right way at the time. And so I still lead a very active lifestyle, but I'm getting older. I just turned 40 this year, but I feel amazing. And I know that's because of that nutrition that I've been incorporating for the past 5 years. That's really changed my fitness levels. I noticed that almost instantly when I started fueling with those Juice Plus products that Sharon showed earlier, was that my workouts were even better. I had more endurance, more stamina. I definitely was having a less recovery, like a slower, my recovery time was less, which was great, which means I could get right back out there and not walk like I, got hit by a car or anything. So it's been amazing when it comes to fitness and nutrition to see how the two have, meshed so well. And that's probably why Bessy is like kicking butt right now too.
Mm-hmm. Good job, Bessy. Okay, and what would you say to inspire other people to just get out and move, Michelle?
Well, I would say, like, when it comes to running is one thing I do that I don't like to do. But because I've been part of a running group, they really inspire me to go out there, and running with a buddy makes so much more of a difference, and having a buddy to do it with you. So if you want to start on a program or doing something, I encourage you to find a friend that will join you, because that's going to really encourage you to get out there on those days that you don't really want to get out there. So I think having that buddy makes a big difference.
Thank you. And we're going to go to our third person who is subbing today for Alyssa. I'd love to welcome Abby Griffin. Thank you very much for a last minute sub there. And so Abby, go ahead and unmute. There you go. And tell us about yourself and how involved in fitness you are and what your passion is for that. Thanks, Michelle.
Okay. Hi, everyone. How are you? Sorry, I look awful. I didn't expect to be speaking tonight. But I'm a personal trainer, and I'm a group exercise instructor, and I'm just very passionate about it. I've been doing both for about 11 years now. And so my passion is in corporate fitness and corporate wellness. And so I've got a 2-year-old and a 1-year-old, and before I had my 2-year-old, I decided that I was going to be a stay-at-home mom and personal train and teach group exercise. And that was a really hard decision for me because I loved working in corporate fitness. I loved all the members and the camaraderie. And so for me, continuing to personal train and teach classes was just like the perfect gig for me. I could still do what I love. I could be at home with my kids, and I feel like I'm still reaching out, touching lives, helping people achieve their fitness goals a day at a time. So just really excited to be doing both, being at home and training and
That's
teaching
awesome.
classes.
And what about for your own self? What kind of challenges do you put up for yourself to continue to improve? You know, we heard about Bessy and how she loves those challenges. Michelle goes for whatever fun adventure. Which way do you go?
I go the sanity route. I do it for my sanity, for my well-being, so that I can be a better wife, a better mother, a better friend, just a better person in general. I try to be a good example for my kids and for others. I'd like to post obviously on Facebook a lot of just myself living the mission with my family and friends, and I hope everyone's encouraged by that.
Thank you. And so tell us what's in your baggies and what do you do for fueling or pre or post workout, any of those kinds of things, so we can, you know, be better at that.
Yeah, well, since I became a distributor a couple months ago, I had always been doing the gummies, but I'm doing the shakes now, and I'm loving those. So I do 2 shakes a day, and I can hardly get through 1 shake or 1 smoothie a day because my kids are always, they're little, you know, and so they always want what mommy wants. And I'm always sharing my shakes and smoothies with them. And so I always do the shakes. And then I'm on the go a lot, headed to the gym to train or teach classes. And so I've always got almonds on hand, those little cuties, oranges, hard-boiled eggs. Those little packs of tuna are great. All kinds of like fruit, strawberries, grapes, whatever I can pack into baggies. Carrots are good. I think Michelle said carrots, but just whatever is raw and healthy and wholesome, and if it can travel well, then I'm taking it with me.
That's awesome. And I have a couple pictures of you.
Oh.
So let's see. You can explain these to people.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah,
Look at that.
I love getting my babies involved with working out. I mean, if I'm going to get it done, they're going to be right there with me because that's just the way the cookie crumbles in this house. And so I love it, though. I love, showing them and being an example for them, and letting them see that this is a healthy thing and this is what we do to feel good and to have healthy bodies. And they love it. They love my son. He's like, oh, I want to get on the treadmill, mommy. I want to lift my weights, mommy. And so he's taking to that, and I love that. And I hope he shares it with his family someday when he's older.
That's awesome. And so what kind of advice would you give someone who wants to do more? Would you say go to a group fitness? Would you say just go out and start doing what you love, or, start strength training? What do you think? Do it all?
I posted about this the other day. I truly believe in finding a community, a healthy community like we have through Juice Plus. So whether group fitness is your community, whether, you have a personal trainer and, they're holding you accountable, whoever is going to.
Uh-oh. She frozen for you guys? Oh, no. Poor Abby. There she is. You were frozen for a second.
Uh-oh.
You're back.
Did you guys hear me? Did you hear me?
No. So whatever, community thing you were saying.
Yes. Find a community, whether it's group exercise, whether you have a personal trainer who holds you accountable, whoever's going to be a positive influence in your life, gravitate towards them.
Okay, well, that concludes our interview with our fitness enthusiasts. And so I thank them so much. Thank you, Abby, for coming in for Alyssa. Alyssa had a little bit of an emergency at her home. Everything will be okay, I'm sure. But we appreciate you. And our mission is to inspire healthy living around the world. So hopefully we've inspired you in the fitness realm tonight. Thank you for our speakers.